Coffee Club.
All right, here we go for Coffee Club on a Friday morning. It is the 17th of October. How did we get here, huh? Late October already? Can you call it that, I suppose? Hi, Josh.
Hello.
Haley, how you be?
Good.
Nice. Have a couple of guests here in studio. Kelly and Brantley from McCook Community College joining us in studio. So got you up early and ready to go. And it's kind of got that fall feeling to the day, doesn't
It's
it?
a little chilly. I appreciate you having us, though.
Yeah. Is this your first time in for Coffee Club?
This is my first time. Not Brantley's. This is my first time.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit. Of course, you with the college. How long have you been with the college?
25 years. I just got my 25th little plaque dangle or whatever it was. So, yeah, I started in 2021, January.
Wow.
So,
and over that time, take us through. Now,
so when I first started, I was on the road. I had about 156 schools. I was a recruiter, so they basically gave me a car and said, go get kids. So, I was one of the first area employees. So instead of sending someone from each campus, they said, you go represent every campus in North Platte, McCook, everything. So, so instead of duplicating, we just said, let's just have one person do everything. So, for about 6 years, I was just a road warrior all the time. And then, as we needed more staff and had more students coming in, because basically after 9/11, our enrollment went up, because people wanted to stay close to home.
Yeah.
And so we had quite an enrollment push during that time. And obviously, if I was on the road, that worked. But and so we started growing. So we needed a little bit more admission staff. And so gradually then worked into just admissions coordinator, then director of admissions. And then about probably 10, 15 years ago, I became the dean, and then did that for about 7 years, and then just stuck around. And we needed when Andy Long left, then we needed someone to kind of step in, and he had come in and done amazing job establishing the new design of how we oversee campuses and things. That was kind of the new, where I oversee McCook, but my strength is in student services. So we have a team area wide of about 48, 50 people area wide. So I oversee MCC, the campus, but then also student services area wide at all campuses. And so that was a really great way to kind of have us use our strengths. So like Jody oversees North Platte, but then she also oversees faculty area wide. So the new, organizational structure has been great probably for about the last 10 to 12 years.
Yep. And so then bringing in Brantley, tell us what she does with you.
So
the college.
I will tell you, that is one of the biggest. So Brian Obert is our dean of students, and he had always had a lot of ideas about retention and growth. And so we focus, our retention when I first started was 50%. So we'd bring students in and half of them would leave after the first year, which is not bad for community college. That's kind of normal if they're going on to a 4-year. But we weren't happy with that. And so we decided we're going to do a whole comprehensive onboarding process. So we started doing Reg Days. We started doing summer onboarding events, and then a big new student orientation. But then the next portion of keeping students is that engagement piece, and we need to keep them engaged. We need to keep them entertained. And so Brantley's title is actually Assistant Director of Student Engagement. So her entire job is to make sure students are engaged, and she does a phenomenal job. And that's why I say when you said kind of the highlight is, even just in the last year was awesome, but even in the last 2 years, we've just seen so many students coming on, getting involved in organizations, just taking part in even just the little events, not necessarily the big, huge events as much, but there's just the pop-up events they're doing. And then just engagement and just on campus. They want to create their own. We've had, probably since you've been here, 6 or 8 clubs that came to us and said, we want to create a club. So we just did pickleball at the board meeting this week.
Nice.
These are all student, we don't come up with the ideas and say, let's do it. Usually it's student run.
Yeah, if you need an instructor, my mom would definitely help being a pickleball instructor.
There was like 20 to 30 students there.
Really?
At the meeting, yeah.
It was amazing. And then she said even when they had their little tournament, they were planning to go a couple hours, and what she said, it ended up taking 4 hours because they just kept going. So it's really cool. So Brantley when she came on board, it just changed entirely. Just the whole, just having someone focused on that. Yeah. And now we're looking at our retention is anywhere between 67 and 71%, which is top 5 to 10 for community colleges in the nation.
That's fantastic. Now, your job, so what do you spend most of your time doing then if you're looking to try to get engagement on the college?
Yeah, a lot of my time is spent just honestly brainstorming different ideas. Like this year we tried to do more smaller pop-up events like Kelly said, just to get them more engaged on the daily basis instead of some bigger monthly events. And my coworker, Victoria Thomas, her and I get to work together a lot. And that makes it more fun, honestly, because we can work together, brainstorm ideas off each other. And then, I mean, we're fairly young, so marketing that stuff on Instagram and things like that, we have fun doing that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long have you been with college then?
It'll be 3 years in January.
All right.
She's
Let's see.
also alum.
Yes.
I was going to say, it'll be 2000.
Josh is doing math.
2011 is when I graduated, so 14 years.
Wow.
Oh, what? That's how long?
Since I.
Doesn't seem that long.
That's a lot. Haley, how long since you were in?
I graduated there. Let's see, I went and fit. So it'd been 2017. So a couple of years, it'll be 10 years for me.
Wow.
Jesse, when was the last time you?
It's been 30 years. Well, let's put it this way. Dick Dremel was the band instructor.
Yes. Yep.
And if you knew Dick Dremel, what a cool guy.
Yep.
So, he was the band instructor back then. Let's talk real quick. You guys have a building missing on the grounds there. That's where the band was.
Yep.
So give us a quick little update. What's that space?
So
being
that
used
building
for?
was established in like the 70s as a temporary building. It was literally supposed to be knocked down within 10 years, and
Really?
we left it for 50, just because we kept finding a use for it. So the board members were actually joking around that every year we were like, oh, are we going to get rid of that building? And then we just kept coming up with things to put in there. So right now, and it was really just it was basically cost more to keep it up and running than it would be to knock it down. So we're just going to turn that into a green space there. And then we're working with, we've had a lot of questions about what are we doing with like music, theater. So there's opportunities in that area to kind of add on to Wrightstone, but also with partnering with the high school on some things that they're doing. Or there's right now there's 3 theaters in town. So there's different ways we can utilize those partnerships. And so that's kind of the plan for that right now. But that it did really open up. If you drive by on that side now, I couldn't believe, like, I've just never seen that angle of campus without, just driving by. And actually it's kind of cool to have that open area. So we're just turning it into green space at this point, and then just see if there's ideas in the future for.
Admittedly, it felt very industrial in that part of it.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Well, because with that ambulance park there, and it's kind of that alleyway, and then it definitely was just a blocky, wasn't overly decorated building. And actually from that side, there wasn't like a storefront entrance at all from that side. So you're looking at the back of a building that's facing the street. Was kind of sad. So it wasn't overly planned out. We tried to beauty it up a few years ago, and they, painted it blue and cream, but that was about all they could do with it. So.
And so now the ambulance that used to be outside, you've replaced it with a new state-of-the-art, updated, climate-controlled environment.
Oh, it's one of the coolest projects I think we've done since we've been here. And it took a while. And thank God, actually, North Platte went through it before we had to, because they actually were enclosing theirs up there. But it's just quite the process to get that. We basically built the building around it, because it's huge. And it is a simulator, but it is a full-size ambulance simulator. And so the EMS students will go in, and they'll program it so they're on a country road, or they're swerving, or they're in the mountains or something bumpy, and they're still having to do an IV. They still have to care for the patient. So they can program it to be icy roads, whatever it is.
Wow.
And it's definitely, and if you're in there, it feels like one of those, like, I just remember going on those rides that you're just in a box and you're just watching it virtually, kind of thing on the screen. That was like probably 30 years ago, but it's very similar to but it's that full experience, and you can watch it when you're on the outside. I mean, it's definitely shaking, like those springs and everything. It's kind of built down into the ground that it bounces around, and it's really a cool experience. So
I like it.
yeah, it's neat. So
Anything else going on at the college?
I'll just mention a couple things. I would be remiss if I didn't. We're still looking for part-time CDC for our Child Development Center. We're always looking for good caregivers there. So I need to put a plug in for that, just because we've had, once students went back to college and things, and we still have a lot of families that need care. So if anybody's looking for a part-time job, it's a very fulfilling brand new facility up there as well. So, and then free early entry was a huge bump for us when we did free early entry for high school students. We started that in May. So we were kind of late getting the word out. And then after the word got out on that, our enrollment just went crazy for this fall. So we're up 8%. That's the highest we've been up since I've been around. We usually jump between, we'll be up 3 to 5. I think that's the 6% was the most I've had since I've been here. Traditional age students, we're about 2% up on those. but that total about 8%. So we're thrilled just to have, just the bodies and the new funding formula that helps us a lot to have that enrollment growth this year. And then just to put a plug in a year from now, so next September during Heritage Days, we'll be having our 100th anniversary celebration. So we're starting the process. We wanted to get through Fall and Richmond Day, but we're starting the process of planning. So 100 years. So we're the oldest community college in the state. And so just super excited about, we're going to have basically starting Friday afternoon all the way through Saturday. I don't know that we'll do anything Sunday unless we need to figure out a brunch for a certain population, but pretty much that whole Friday, Saturday will be focused on celebrating our alumni and getting as many people back. We're trying to get as many athletic contests as we can so we can have alumni, contests or something, and then a banquet. And I mean, we've had ideas from a band to all kinds of different ideas that we're throwing out. So
you got a green space now too.
I know, that's exactly right. So yeah, and thank God for East Campus. So that'll help. And then also next year, Josh had mentioned this earlier, we will be hosting the Stampede Rodeo that they typically do in North Platte, but they're doing some construction. So excited for that next year. And then the big one also that Rick wasn't able to join us, but the American Watercolor Society. So they have 2 weeks left, about 12 days left to see 10 days, today's the 17th, to come up and see. It's an International Watercolor Society exhibit, and it is internationally, recognized international artists. And so it is phenomenal. It stops 4 places throughout the country, and thank God for Rick Johnson, because we're so lucky to have him this is the second time we've hosted it, and it's outstanding. So just takes your breath away.
I don't think people understand what Wrightstone is. And a lot of people just, unless you're a part of the college, part of the campus.
Yes.
That's accessible for the community.
100%. And we actually have we have to have security on site for the, and cameras and everything for this. But we're opening extended hours as well. So I think it's open till 6 o'clock every night. And public can just come up and walk through there and take a look at it anytime. There's a little sign-in sheet. So we have, this is the fullest I've seen that little, guest book since I've been there too. So just had a lot of traffic, and we've been busing students up and having a lot of different, and even the college students, I think at first you just think, oh, there's just art in there. But then when you realize where it came from or how much it costs, and that exhibit is it's worth millions. So.
And then the fun at the college, we always had fun with it, was trunk or treat.
Oh, yay. That's my favorite.
Yes. Tuesday, October 28th, we're doing trunk or treat at the college outside of McMillan Hall from 5 to 7 p.m. We have so many different clubs, orgs, sports teams involved, and it just continues to grow every week. So we're so excited. It's free for everybody. Bring your kiddos in their costumes and get some candy.
Have you seen any of the themes that anybody's coming up with yet?
Not yet. So a lot of them are keeping them kind of quiet. There's one that it's a little witch, and it says, "Don't pick your nose, pick your treat." So then they get to pick their little treat out of the nose.
Awesome.
But yeah, so they've got some fun ideas brewing. I know they do.
So when is that, and where is that?
Yes,
then?
Tuesday, October 28th from 5 to 7 p.m. outside of McMillan Hall.
All right. Well, anybody is interested in enrolling or learning more about the college, you guys do tours. Yes. You don't have to wait for a specific special day or anything.
We're very, very specialized or individualized. And so we'll give individual tours throughout the week anytime when students want to come up. And then we are open for for spring registration right now. So even though it seems early, people can sign up for January classes. We also have online classes. The BCE is the non-credit stuff. That's always going as well. So there's always the, one-off classes. They were talking about, cookie decorating and pumpkin decorating, sourdough, and those kind of things. So on the BCE side, they have stuff going basically every week, every 2 weeks, something. And then for our side, even then we have winterim classes. So we'll have people that, if you have a student, I just talked to my kids, there is, in December we do a winterim, which is a short-term class. It's kind of on your own. But if someone's looking to kind of jump that GPA up a little bit, or they need to get a few hours in, they can do that during that winterim time. And then, absolutely, spring enrollment's ready to go. And we'll, like I said, we love having students come up and take a look around. It's just, it's a phenomenal, and I don't think you realize it when you're in town, but we toured a bunch of colleges, and for us to look at our facility, it is very much like a small private school here for about an eighth of the cost. So.
And the last thing I'll ask about, actually 2 things. We're going to talk sports teams here in a second, but also just the fact that, hey, you don't have to necessarily take a full load you can take a class to help with this or with that, or
so
or
back
even
in our
hobbies,
day,
right?
So even 10, 15 years ago, if you wanted Pell, you had to be full. You had to register full time. Now there's part-time Pell. So if you qualify for Pell or even like scholarships, we have one of the best, because we've been around so long, we have one of the best foundations around. So we give away, we don't have enough students to give that money to. So there's scholarship. I mean, if anybody's leaving with debt, it's their fault, because there is no reason you should leave with debt. Like I said, part-time Pell was a great thing they came up with, just because that pressure, not everybody wants to take 12 hours. And so you can come up and take one class at a time, 3 hours class, 6 hours. I have a lot of students doing part-time now because they're working and they got to pay for their vehicle, or they got to, pay rent. And so, but yeah, there's a lot of opportunities for people just take 1 or 2 classes at a time. And even like the online portion, we'll have students that say, like, I can't commit to, Monday through Friday, 10, 11, and 12 or whatever. And so they'll take maybe one on site and then online class as well. So lots of opportunities. It's changed immensely.
And when I tell you, when she talks about that you literally can get a scholarship for anything, for the 2 years that I was there, I had a left-handed scholarship. And when I got the scholarship, I think it was $1,000 a semester, but they sent me left-handed notebooks.
Really? What is a left-handed notebook?
The rings are on the right side. So when you would write, so like if you're left-handed, when you
the
write,
spiral gets on the wrong. Yeah.
The spiral's on the left side, so they put the spiral on the right side. And now it doesn't, because the big portion of the paper up on top where your header is.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah, you can joke all you want. For those us left-handed, we struggled
For those that were not watching the
career.
Facebook Live, I just tried to turn the notebook upside down. Yeah. Anyway, no, it's a very congratulations.
Thanks.
My daughter-in-law is left-handed.
She could have applied for it.
Yeah, my grandfather.
Yeah, I had to write. So they made us write in pencil on a piece of paper why we deserved it, and they looked for smudge marks and stuff on to make sure that you're. And they took me up on stage, and I had one out of there's 250 people that applied, and
wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Are you still left-handed, or did you get that corrected?
Nope, I'm left-handed still.
That's horrible. All right, sports teams.
Yes.
That's one of the things. I mean, it's one of the more visible things that we have in our community, because obviously, driving the buses around and at this different sports complex. But just give you kind of an open-ended there.
Yeah.
What are you thinking for sports teams this year?
So I was just, before we got started, I said we have 60 international students. Most of those, actually 100%, I think in McCook at least, are international. So having 60 students just adds a whole nother layer of just amazing experience, the diversity that students experience, even if they just live across the street. So that's phenomenal. And then just as we look, for sure, that event center, when we were building that, it was like, oh, if you build it, they will come. And I remember saying, oh, people don't come for a building, but it sure helps.
But they do.
It sure helps to get them in the recruiting cycle. So it's been phenomenal to have that. And then we have a great group of coaches that have done an amazing job we added a little bit of a walk-on incentive. So if they were willing to carry some walk-ons just to help build their practices and things, that they could earn a few more full ride scholarships. And so they just jumped into that wholeheartedly just to get, so our rosters are full. This is the first time I think we've had I think Mike is at 20 or 21 for softball. And then John just continues. I mean, ever since he's been here, he's always had 40 plus, but I think he was at 52 right now this year. And just, those students that they want to play, they're not ready to give it up. And even when I first started, it was, you just wanted to play for 2 more years. Not a lot of those students at that point, just because the level we were competing at, we're going on to D1, D2. Now our students that are coming, they don't want to just play for 2 more years and be done. They want to go on. And so we've transferred so many students to D1, D2 level, and even NAIA, all different levels. And those coaches have done such a great job of getting them here, first of all, from all over the nation and all over the world, actually. But then really placing them in some awesome spots after they leave, too. So we review that every year. John comes to cabinet and kind of reports on. So we have some pillars that we expect of our coaches. They need to be engaged in the community. Those students need to be in class. They need to, have a good GPA. But the students need to be involved in some community service and things as well. But then he also gives us the stats on how much we're placed, how well they do with us. The graduation rates are super important. But then also where they transfer. And so it's really cool just to see the number of people we're placing at that next level too. So,
and it's gotten to be so popular that they actually put together like an international advisory club advisories.
Yep. And she said, wait, what did she say the other night? Like 52 members, is that?
They have, 60 people have signed up. She has consistently about 40, 45 members come to each meeting and each event, which is awesome.
Tara Michaelis is our advisor, and she has just taken that and run with it. It's been amazing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, for you, having, grown up around that with your mom, doing things at the event center there and everything, you got to see firsthand, a lot of diversity and a lot of students from a lot of different places.
Yes.
Any highlights that come to mind for you just over the years of being in that environment?
Yeah, honestly, it's just the best part every year, and there's always one or two games, but like the ones that they come back from being down a lot, or it's just the win they weren't supposed to get, like just how excited they get, and then the student section kind of comes down and celebrates with them. It's just really cool for those international students to get to experience that, and for us to also experience that with them. Because, they have so much fun with everything, and they're so friendly. Like, it's a lot of fun having them here.
If you haven't been up to the event center or watched one of the baseball, softball games before, collegiate athletics, it is just the next level, and it's worth taking the kids and the grandkids out. It should be a great time. So, McCook Community College, our guests here for Coffee Club today. I think we're ready for a weekend poll. We're a little behind, but that's all right. Haley, what do you got for weekend poll?
What's your favorite fall flavor?
You want to start us off there, Haley?
Sure. So I'm not a huge pumpkin spice person, but apple cider is but you got to make it with the Red Hots. That's the key.
If you can't find the Red Hots, cinnamon gummy bears work. That helps. I'm just saying, it's a substitute. It's not on the recipe, but
I don't know about that.
But you make it in the crock pot then?
Yeah, and let it simmer for a while and melt those Red Hots down.
If you want to make some down here, you can.
I probably will at some point.
Make the whole place smell nice. Josh, what's your favorite fall flavor?
I'm definitely that cinnamon. Like, I just made a round of cinnamon pickles, and you just open the jar and you're like, oh.
The red ones or no?
Yeah. The old red cinnamon pickles. So, I would definitely say that cinnamon. We did have a lot of people say all the flavors. And then.
What?
So,
all the flavors.
Fall flavor.
Yeah.
And then one of them that really surprised me was caramel apple.
Oh, that's a good one too.
So.
My mom, she kind of went off on us the other day. She said, I don't make caramel apples anymore because you guys never ate them. And she's kind of right. She used to make them all the time. And the way that she made them, you had all the caramel that would then just kind of glob at the bottom. And then I'd run around and cut the glob off the bottom, eat the caramel and with the powdered sugar. Leave the apple. Yeah. So she's actually really right. All right, Kelly. What's your
thing? I think I got burned out on pumpkin spice. I used to love it, but now I'm burnt out. So I prefer the apple cinnamon would be my vote.
Okay. Brantley.
I also like cinnamon. Jolton Joe's has a really good caramel apple smoothie. I do like that.
Yeah.
So
That's a good one.
yeah, when I need something fruity.
Yeah.
That's what it was so funny when we first introduced Seth the Jolton Joe's, because he doesn't drink anything here all day. Like, not even like water,
Mountain
nothing.
Dew.
maybe a Mountain Dew occasionally.
Right? We took him to Jolton Joe's, and he's like, I don't even know what to get. And I'm like, dude, get the caramel apple smoothie. It was maybe 4 seconds and it was gone?
Brain
Yeah.
Like,
That's his thing.
by the time we got from Jolton Joe's back to here, it
He needed
literally,
another one.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
So that's probably his go-to smoothie there.
All right. Next, that is the weekend poll, so you can go to our Facebook page and pop your answers in there. It should be a good one. Next week's going to be a great weekend poll, too. I'm not telling you what it is, but it is going to be good. It's going to be another one of those either-ors. So, next topic for the Coffee Club, we're having a cookout. What you bringing? We're going to go reverse order here. Brantley, what you bringing to the...
fluff.
Oh, yeah.
Can't
Always
go
a
wrong.
staple.
Nice. I just want to.
I know, right?
So it's got the whipped cream and
Whipped cream, chocolate
Oreos.
pudding, Oreos, maybe a little bit of cream cheese.
We kind of messed up. We should have said, we're having a cookout. Bring it to Coffee Club.
Trial run.
For breakfast.
I love that.
And I was thinking more like what I would throw on the grill, and typically I would think like a steak or something. But the corn on the cob on the grill is my favorite thing.
Really?
So,
Hands
love
down
it
on the grill.
Yeah,
So how do-
especially on the Traeger. Yeah.
How do you season it then? What do you do?
I actually just do butter and salt, and I just dip it in salt water when it's already in the husk still.
Yeah.
And then just butter and a little bit, like we'll do like some Cajun seasoning. I don't do all the cream cheese or any of that. I just like it butter and a little bit of like seasoned salt or that Cajun spice.
Have you ever tried tahini on that? You know what that is?
Oh yeah, that's
the-
that little
the-
red,
the-
yeah,
the
chunky
chili
red.
and
Yes,
lime? Yeah.
Yes, I've never tried that. I know it's been on like at the state fair. They have it in there.
Josh is looking at me. Josh doesn't like my palate
Says
at
it
all.
tagine. Is that why tagine?
No,
No.
it's tahini, I think.
No, he just, his flavor profile is just,
Jesse's an acquired taste.
yeah.
I'm an acquired taste.
Yes.
You're probably not wrong. Yeah. Stand by that. Josh, we're having a cookout. What you bringing?
I think everybody thinks I always bring meat, 'cause I'm the meat guy. So, I don't know, it's easy for me to throw together some ribs.
Yeah.
I would hope that you're bringing the main meal.
Yeah.
The main.
Usually. If I'm being invited somewhere, it's always like, hey, can you bring...
What if you showed up
That
with a
meat.
bag of chips?
Nothing you want to bring on your own. It's, hey, can you please bring this?
You're always recommended what you're bringing, right?
Yeah, except for one time we did, we just went through our cabinet and we put together this dill pickle pasta,
Excuse me?
and it was phenomenal.
A dill pickle.
Well, let's rewind.
Yeah.
They asked AI. They
Yeah.
said, "Hey, I have these ingredients. What can I do with it?"
And so then it gave
dill
me
pickle.
measurements for a dill pickle pasta salad.
How was it?
It was great. It was all gone. Everybody loved it. Like, in fact, people were going back for seconds for the pasta. And it was just like, Darcy and I were going, man, we're going to have to take some of this stuff home. We're not. And then it just all of a sudden, people just started coming flooding out with pickle pasta
Now
salad.
people are out there Googling it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Pickle pasta.
Yeah, it was mayo, sour cream, pickle juice, fresh dill, and chopped pickles, onion, and salt and pepper to your taste, and then chunks of Colby Jack cheese, like little squares.
It doesn't sound awful.
No, it was really good.
Yeah.
But I did add some Cajun seasoning to mine. That was good. A little spice.
A little tahini. All right. Haley, we're having a cookout. What you bringing?
So I feel like for me, it's either some sort of like Italian pasta salad or Chinese coleslaw.
What is Chinese coleslaw?
It's amazing. So it's cabbage, beef. You get the beef ramen noodles, and then you mix it up in a jar, and it's the sauce, or not the sauce, but the packet from the ramen noodles, vinegar, oil, and sugar, I believe, and maybe a little bit of salt and pepper. Anyway, you mix that up, but then you crush up your ramen noodles and you put those over your cabbage, and then you mix it all together, and then you throw in some sunflower seeds.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's delicious.
That's one of my favorites.
That's crazy. If I'm bringing something to a cookout, realistically, it's probably, if it's me, it's going to be my spicy chili. And I know cookout,
dangerous.
usually you're thinking outdoors, barbecue, and I'm not bringing a chili to that. Most of the time, I'm not going to do the cooking. My wife is. But if I'm doing it, it's probably bringing it to a potluck, and I'm bringing my spicy chili. Here's how I do it. I get 12 to 15 jalapenos, okay? I slice them down the middle, leave the seeds and everything, and throw them in the chili, okay? And then I'll dump a whole bunch of other things and a couple of big hot jars, really spicy. It's really, really, really hot. And then there's a lot of meat, a little bit of beans, a lot of different tomatoes, and then I'll put it in the fridge, and the next day is when I'll bring it and serve it. So
So it was one of those things that's better the next day.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's me. Next topic for the Coffee Club. What are you oddly passionate about? And this could be all over the place. Josh, you had some examples, right?
Yeah, so it was like one person was oddly passionate about their love for ketchup. So they put ketchup on their eggs, ketchup on their biscuits and gravy. And then one person was oddly passionate about like their maple syrup, that they dip everything in maple syrup. Doesn't matter if it's a breakfast burrito to a cheeseburger. It was like maple syrup was the condiment of choice.
I can probably go there.
Yeah. There was one person that was oddly passionate about like lights on in their house. They have to have all the lights on in their house.
No way.
Yeah. So
my dad would have.
Oh, yeah.
He would have died early on that one. My dad used to go around the house, and anytime he found a light on that you were not in the room, he'd yell, "That's $1." And he'd deduct it from our allowance. Sometimes I'd get $5 allowance. Most of the time, not. Yeah. All right. Haley, you're up. What are you oddly passionate about?
Gosh, I don't know. I was trying to think of something food-wise, since the examples were like that. I don't know. I guess probably ketchup on my hash browns. I mean, it's a have to.
Really?
Yes.
See, I could go with the maple syrup there.
yeah, see, that's
I don't know. Yeah, I always have to have ketchup on my hash browns.
Yeah.
Or ketchup with my roast.
Ew.
Yep.
oh, ketchup on roast is
Yep.
Oh.
yeah,
Not allowed.
like a good country roast.
Yeah.
It's so good with ketchup.
Ketchup on Kit Kat. Now you're talking.
No.
That was brought up in the
That's that
show.
palate thing.
Yeah, that was.
Okay, fun fact. There was a kid, though, in my high school that was so obsessed with ketchup. I mean, he would literally put ketchup in his mashed potatoes. He would put it on his chocolate chip cookie. He would.
That was my nephew.
I mean,
He was that
everything.
way.
Everything.
Brantley, what are you oddly passionate about? Doesn't have to be food, by the way.
I will probably do something with food because I was thinking about this last night. My husband and I went to Copper Mill, and every time we go to Copper Mill, we have to get the chicken strips. They're amazing, but for me, it's the chicken strips and the Brussels sprouts, the fried Brussels sprouts. For some reason,
Yeah.
so good.
Josh makes Brussels sprouts at the radio station occasionally. You haven't done it for a long time.
No, I don't think she's been here. What, 4 years, and I haven't made.
You've done it once since
when
I've been here.
They stink up
But it
the
was
whole
like,
place.
They
They're
do
so
smell.
good. I don't care. They're so good.
All right, Kelly, what are you oddly...
So this is weird because I live in Nebraska, but I love swimming in the ocean. That's like my favorite thing. I don't care how cold it is.
Really?
So I just was there, on the East Coast this last couple of weeks, and
You're
it
the
was
jump right
freezing.
in?
Yeah, I love the waves. Love the waves.
No matter how
We
cold?
made a pact. I don't care.
Yeah.
Just because I love the salty taste of the water,
Yeah.
and I think it is because I live in Nebraska, so I don't get to do it.
Yeah.
But we made a pact in college, like I'm going to swim in the ocean once a year for the rest of my life.
Wow.
And so it has,
good.
I didn't stick to it. I had kids, but but yeah, it is kind of oddly because I live in Nebraska, but I absolutely love swimming in the ocean.
Next topic for the Coffee Club.
Oh, I got mine.
Oh, I'm sorry. Josh, go ahead.
I'm oddly passionate about finding the weirdest conspiracy theories.
I've sent you a
love
couple
and-
recently.
Yes, and like true crime stuff.
We got to find new conspiracy theories because they're all coming true. So
That's mine. Like, it's just like Bob Ross had a birthday the other day, right? The painter, Bob Ross.
you remember?
The happy little tree.
Create your world.
Yeah, there is a conspiracy out there that each one of his paintings is the
location.
the location
Of a dead body.
that he hid. And it's just like, love that.
It's hilarious.
How can you love that? Listen,
He's too nice to murder him.
AI is
That's
really
the ones you got to look out for.
AI is really messing things up because they got him doing, people's elbow off the top.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bob Ross and everything. He's been dead for years, but
Yeah, so he passed away in 95.
yeah.
So I would have been 4 years old.
Yeah.
You were still in high school.
I
Get ready to
graduated in
graduate.
92.
You graduated in 96.
No, I graduated in 95, got married in 96.
Oh, 90, okay.
Yeah, so.
I knew 96 was a good
95, I was both at McCook High and MCC at that time.
Nice.
It was before dual credit was a thing, but I was
the pioneer.
well, kind of. Feels like it. No, I was in high school, and of course, Dick Drummer was there. We talked about that earlier, but I had band, jazz band, and marketing at the high school my second semester at the high school. And then at the college, I did band and jazz band, music theory, and I had one other music class. And so it was all music, like all day long. Very few credits were actually obtained because it's music. It wasn't math and science.
It's your
but
passion.
Yeah. So oddly passionate about that too.
He's oddly passionate about sound.
Yeah.
In general.
You think?
He'll be like, can you guys hear that? And we're like,
Hear what?
hear what?
Yeah.
There's a tick in the upper left of that stadium. If they just move that speaker 3/4 of an inch,
2 inches.
the phasing will be out.
We're grateful for that, Jessica.
Thank
We're
you.
grateful for that.
Thank you. Glad someone appreciates it. The next topic, this is really just kind of fun. And if you were asked to become an international spy, would you do it?
Oh, 100%. 100% just for the vehicles.
Yeah.
I probably can't fit in most of the vehicles because they're always like low riding cars. It'd be like
Aston
It doesn't
Martin.
have to be. It could be a Hummer.
it'd be like Shaq trying to get into a Volkswagen, you know.
Grape ape. Nobody knows that. It's too old.
They always love when I try to get into our other vehicle here at work.
Yeah.
Because my knees are like halfway above the steering wheel.
Every vehicle you are in that is a small vehicle is a neon. You got your knee on the steering wheel, the knee on the dash. You got
But yes, I would love to be a
international spy.
Yeah.
Haley, if asked to become an international spy, yes, no?
Yeah, I think I probably would. Some days I already kind of feel like a spy. You know, when you get on Facebook and you got to stalk someone.
Oh yeah, she's really good.
Mrs.
Yeah.
Smith over here.
She can find anybody. It's great.
Brantley, how about you?
I think it'd be cool. I don't know if I could keep quiet about some things. So, like, I feel like I'd have to like tell my husband or my
Or your
mom or
family.
something.
If I go missing, it's because I'm a spy.
Yeah, exactly.
Great cover, by the way. All right, Kelly.
I would do it in a heartbeat just for the travel. Like if I could go to multiple countries and spy, if I had to stay in one country, I'd be bored.
Yeah.
But yeah, if they could guarantee I could be a spy multiple places, I'd do it.
I think it'd be a great time. For me, it would be about the gadgets, you know.
Yeah.
You know. Actually, to be honest, rather than use them in the field, I'd rather be the one helping to test all the gadgets back at, you know,
Headquarters.
Headquarters, yeah. You know, that would, I don't know.
See, that's where I'd want. I want to just walk up to something, scan my hand, and the door opens. That would just be like my highlight. I'm like, I'm done now.
They've got that at
I have
East
a doorknob
Campus,
you
don't
can
they?
do that on right now.
What?
Don't they? They have that at East Campus, don't they?
Well, you can just scan your phone. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So I
Mine has a little thumb thing.
I was walking in there the other day. It was the first one there, and everything was dark. Walked down the stairs, and
Okay, lights come
the
on.
lights just come on. Yeah,
Jesse's here.
that was cool.
What was your theme song when you walked in?
I'm sorry, that's top secret. I can tell you, but
Whoa, here she comes. Watch out, man. She'll chew you up.
I don't think that was what I heard in my head. Next topic for the Coffee Club. What's the dumbest way you've been hurt? Josh, you want to start?
This was a target. Yeah. This was a target question for Josh.
Yeah,
So
maybe.
I actually haven't been hurt in a dumb way. But
Should I say cooler?
Can we tell the knife story?
knife story. Which one's
Knife
that?
story? Or the,
You and your brother throwing knives in the air?
Oh yeah, I got a stitch right there.
That's the first thing that popped into my head when I.
Yeah, we were playing chicken with a knife, and I said, "Ha ha, chicken," and it literally stuck in my arm. But my brother has an even dumber one.
Oh, really?
So at the YMCA, they had at the pool, there was like these group of girls, and my brother's like, "I'm gonna go show off. I'm gonna do a cannonball." And this, we were kids. I'm gonna do a cannonball off this diving board. Right. So he goes, and the front of the diving board was slippery. And he jumps and comes back down, and and then goes back up. Well, he goes up, but his toe got caught on the diving board and cut the bottom side of his toe and broke his toe.
Oh, no.
And these girls were, and he just belly flopped basically in the water. And blood, like a shark attack, started like rising in the water, right? And it was so funny. We were all sitting at the shallow and just dying laughing, right? And he's crying about his toe. And
Did he get the girl?
No, he did not. He did not. In fact,
Well, they probably ran away in disgust because of the blood.
they were in the deep end where the blood was, and they're like, oh my. And so the YMCA actually had to close their pool down for 2 days
Oh, my goodness.
to solve this issue. My brother, old dangled toe,
That's worse than a
living it
baby
down.
Ruth.
So that was mine. I didn't tell him I was going to tell that story, but all my ways I've been hurt have been justifiable.
Your brother inspired by Sandlot.
Yeah.
Haley, what's the dumbest way you've been hurt?
I've only had stitches once in my life. That was in my head.
For what? For why?
I mean, it wasn't really, it probably was dumb on my part, but I went to sit on my grandparents' dog when I was little. Well, the dog was sleeping, and so I scared her.
No.
And so she got up really fast, and I went forward and hit the counter. But, other than that, a couple rolled ankles from volleyball, but that's about it.
Sure. Yeah, I got one kind of like Josh's knife story. And I think I've told this one before.
Is this the pencil?
No. No, not the pencil. This is the dart.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Remember the dart story?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the dart story is my cousin and I, we found out that if you tie fishing line to, kind of the part where the plastic dart and the metal part come together, you can take and swing it around and, throw it, and it'll. We were trying to see how deep into a garage we could make the little metal post go,
Was there any point that you thought that this was a bad idea?
No.
You're gonna learn. You got casing. You're gonna learn.
So
Yes.
So when you're swinging it, you wanted to be kind of vertical so you could control the angle of where it hit, because we also had a target on there, and so anyway, I was swinging it and it. Let's just say I hit the whole part into my calf. That's what I was swinging at. That's the dumbest way I've ever been hurt.
My
I want
brother's
people to get these ideas out there. Like, there's some kid out there going, let's try it.
my brother said that's not the dumbest. So
What? He's got another story?
no, about his big toe off the diving, or his small toe off the diving board.
Anybody else got one? Did I ask everybody? Did you guys have one?
My one that came to mind, Joy hit this amazing shot in basketball, this team that kicked our butt the day before, and we came back from like 17-point deficit within like 3 minutes and won the game with the deepest shot I've ever seen in my entire life. And we all jump off the bench running towards her, and I biff it completely. Skid my elbows, my knees. So no one, because it's travel ball, no one has the shot, but they have me on film falling on my face. So we have no record of the most beautiful shot she's ever made, but we have me biffing it in the middle of the Hayes High School floor. So
Awesome.
never forget it as long as I live. And they won't let me forget it.
No. Brantley, did you have one?
Honestly, I couldn't think of a good one. I've never broken a bone. I've never had stitches. I'm just
Knock on
clumsy.
wood.
I know, right? I'm just clumsy, so I don't know. I don't have a good one, though.
All right, we're coming up on birthdays, anniversaries. If you got any birthdays or anniversaries, you can hit us up on the hotline. Text it in 345-5598, or you can post it on our Facebook Live that we got going here. And we'll get those birthdays and anniversaries for the 17th of October through the weekend. That's coming up here in just a minute or two. One last topic here. And this is kind of a fun one, just curiously. What?
So my brother, he goes, my dumbest one was the night that we went drinking and he fell into a 6-foot hole in the alleyway and cut his leg open on all the pipe. And they didn't know what was down there until the next morning when they all went back up there and looked, and there was like broken water pipe.
Oh, man.
That would be like behind El Porto.
Yeah. That would be dumb. That would be very bad. So the question I'm posing here is, who has the most cars parked in front of your house right now? Haley, how many you got?
2.
2. Josh?
Just my car and Kyle's pickup.
Oh, it's by far you.
It's me?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, we only got 2.
You got 2. Kelly?
1
car?
We only have 2.
And you have 2. And I'm not talking about your cars. I mean, like, just like overall.
You can't park in front of my house. It's a main street.
Well, it depends on the day. So I think our neighbor across the street hosts some lunch parties from here and there, and the whole block is lined.
Anybody else?
Are you ever invited?
No. No.
Great neighbor.
I would say most of the time it parked directly in front of my house. Very rarely do we have any. From time to time. Now, the next house over or 2 houses over, there's a lot and multiple motorcycles. But in front of our house, not too many. It's just,
My mom has people park there all the time. You don't even know. Like if I go to her house, I have to park in the driveway. And you can't park on the side street. There's so many people parked on the side streets.
so many extra ones. Yeah.
So I'm always like, oh man, like somebody's parked in front of her house. I'm like, if she's talking to somebody, I really don't want to go in. Right. So then I call her. I'm like, anybody there? And she's, no, just me. I'm like, all right, I'll come in.
Yeah.
She's like, well, why did you think somebody was here? I'm like, well, did you look outside? There's like 50 vehicles.
You're having a party.
All right, birthday's coming up here. Do have a game first, Spy the Lie. And which one do you want to try?
I'll try.
Go for it,
I
bro.
don't
Okay.
know.
You're our game girl.
Spy the Lie, we're going to give you 3 stats. One of them's a lie.
Okay.
And you got to tell us which one, okay? And then we'll agree or disagree. Which one's the lie? Identical twins have identical fingerprints? Or is it each 2-ounce bottle of Tabasco sauce contains roughly 720 drops of sauce? Or a gaffer is the chief electrician on a film set?
I'm going to say the identical twin one's a lie.
She goes with the twins. What do you say, Kelly?
I'll say the twins as well.
Josh, Haley?
I'm going to back her up on that.
I'm going to go with the number 1 because there's only one with a number, and it's usually,
The 720 drops?
yep.
Okay. Brantley's right. Identical
Nice.
twins may be identical, but their fingerprints are unique. Next, Spy the Lie. Kelly, this one's yours. Tell us which one's the lie. The planet with the shortest year is Mercury. Or is it oak is the ideal wood for baseball bats? Or 11% of the world's population is left-handed?
Oh.
I'm going to go with 11%.
She says 11%. Josh, which one do you think?
I'm going to go with, I'm going to say 11% too, because we're special.
Okay. Yes, you are special. Haley, which one's the lie?
What was the first one again?
The planet with the shortest year is Mercury. Oak is the ideal wood for baseball bats.
Oh,
That's an opinion.
And 11% of the world's population is left-handed.
actually, I think it's the bats. Because isn't maple like the most common one?
Gosh, I don't even know.
I'm pretty sure in my baseball era that the maple bats were the thing.
Did you play for John?
Not sure.
I don't think John could have handled me. You know, 'cause I was a pitcher and I did hit dingers, but when I was in college, my focus was on other stuff.
Learning.
Okay,
Yes,
so
very
Josh,
much learning.
Josh says
Actually,
No.
Sue
bats.
Watson and I, we got along.
Josh says the oak bats, and that is the lie in there. Most common woods are actually maple, ash,
Yeah, maple.
and birch. Okay,
Pretty sure
Nice.
we used a lot of maple bats.
did you?
Learning.
I only used the metal bats. I didn't even get to play in the good leagues, but that's all right. It's time for birthdays. Birthdays and anniversaries, October 17th, 2025. If you know anybody celebrating today, hit us on the hotline. You can text that in at 345-5598. Melanie Cherry has a birthday today. That one was texted in. Haley, what else do you have for birthdays?
Shauna Jacobs has a birthday today. So you can,
Run through Jolt and Joe's.
Get over on to Jolt and Joe's and tell her happy birthday and pick yourself up a drink.
Yeah.
And then Haley Rambley has a birthday tomorrow. That's all I have.
I have Melissa Jackson has a birthday today. Austin Rising has a birthday. And Lauren Wood has a birthday today.
Brandy Littrell of Juanita has a birthday on Sunday the 19th. And I was told that there's no way we're saying her age. So, come on, please. We can guess. That's dangerous.
Who is it?
Randy Littrell.
Randy?
Randee.
Gosh, if I had to say that, the 2 E's, that's about the...
Careful,
the 40s and 50s.
Don't do it, Josh.
That's when that was popular. So I would say that
Joshua Anthony Kingports.
Randy is anywhere between 43 and 51.
Okay, so other birthdays on the radio. Holly Olson's got a birthday. Julie Miller, Allison Wooden. Let's see, Tasha Mowry. Also, Melissa Jackson and Jessica Alberts with the birthday. So we got to pick somebody with the birthday winnings to be given away here on Coyote Country.
A donut from Ember's Bakery, ice cream from The Scoop, a sandwich from Jimmy John's and Coca-Cola.
Randy,
you're the winner. Come by the radio station and pick that up here anytime.
you can only claim your prize if you tell us how old you are.
Today or next week. All right. Well, gals, thanks for coming in. Hope you had a grand time here for Coffee Club today.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was it what you expected, Kelly?
It was fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
All right. Man, you're old hat now.
Yeah,
That's
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Back next month, too.
So we'll start with you here real quick. Some of the upcoming activities that you guys have planned for student engagement there at MCC.
Yeah. So we have lots of little things. We do bowling nights, movie nights, some little pop-up. We'll probably do some themed things around Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up as well. I will mention that we will do Santa's workshop on December 4th, so keep an eye out for that as well. But yeah, trunk or treat. We're excited about that in a couple weeks.
If people have ideas about things to do, you'd welcome those too, I
Yes,
suppose.
anytime.
How do they
Yes.
reach you at the college there?
Yep, they can email me at taylorb@mpcc.edu or call my phone number, 8108, or I'm a part of the Student Life Instagram page as well. So,
Okay. All right.
Yep.
And Kelly, upcoming things on your side of stuff.
I'd say just registration, like I said, for spring is open. So that's important coming up here. And then just be watching we'll try to do some save the dates and some plugs for anything we're coming up for our 100th. And then, like I said, always check out the website, all kinds of stuff. BCE has stuff going all the time. There's a sourdough class, very popular, coming up, cookie decorating coming up. So some fun stuff on that side too. So just always pay attention to that. And the BCE classes are super quick to register for now online. So you can just hop on. They have, running yoga, the weightlifting class for women is popular. There are all kinds of different things going on. So.
They're trying to talk me into doing a barbecue class.
Barbecue class.
Oh, yes, that's always a good one. Yep.
So
Yeah. Haley's probably teaching the sourdough, right?
No, but
Instructor.
I'd be interested to go.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah, it's been really popular.
she'd be teaching a class on how to be a boss.
Do it. That's right.
Beth 101.
Amen.
It's 8:01 Central Time, 50 degrees, and that's going to be a wrap for Coffee Club on Friday, October 17th from Hometown Family Radio's Coyote Country. Happy Weekend
Weekend
Eve.
Eve.